Welcome back to another Rockford UFS starter deck upgrade series. Yeah, that's what it's called. So today I have with me a special guest from the Rochester Playgroup, Mr. Jesse Cervini. He's on this side of the screen this time. Wait, there we go, right there. He was kind enough to take my invitation to do the Scorpion deck. But before we get into that, Jesse, why don't you tell the good people, a lot of people know who you are. You're on Top Deck Heroes. You're everywhere. So just give them some quick tidbits, some quick hits.
All right. For people who do not know me somehow in the U.S. community, I am in the Rochester Playgroup pretty much since the beginning, like back in the Sabretooth days. I had a stint on Total Justice Gaming when it existed with Joe Tonello. Then I moved on and joined Sean and Kevin on Top Deck Heroes as a regular contributor. UFS goals. I have been to the Final Dance of Teams twice. I am still not have a champ card. I have won a PTC, and my deck got banned the next day. 59 attack mature. Great deck.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to. I saw like the invite for like, hey, somebody upgrade this deck on value, and I'm like, well, I'm already doing that for a lot of people. Let's throw one on my list out there.
All right, cool. Alrighty then. So let's just jump right into it. I'll let you basically run the show here from here on out, and just let me know where you want to go, and I have the Ultra page up, so I can just go over to whatever card you want me to go to.
Awesome. So let's start out at what we're working with.
Okay.
This is taking 2 Scorpion turbo starters and cleaning out a lot of the filler.
Okay.
I like to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And just getting some solid upgrades to help you be able to have a really out of the box, 60 card deck.
Yep.
And it's cheap.
Okay.
That's the main objective.
Yep.
We have no rare upgrades. This is all some of the best commons and uncommons on symbol to make the deck work to its best advantage.
Sounds good.
So out of the box, we have added no new attacks. The attacks in this thing are insane. You have, obviously, it's playing 4X of Doomblade, Flame Aura, and Flameport, which are amazing attacks to get everything off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
They all have the Desperation keywords. They go great with Scorpion. Get Over Here is one of the ones we chopped down a little bit because while it's really good late game, early game, it's kind of a dead draw, and it doesn't really get you far.
No,
so you don't really need them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Takedown is probably, in my opinion, Scorpion's best attack.
Yeah.
It just threatens so much, and from hell, you only need 2. I wouldn't play more than 2 unless you're playing some crazy deck.
Yeah.
That's really where you get a lot of this starter. Is a lot of times with starter decks, you will look at them, and you'll be like, all right, I'm cutting like 14 attacks out of here because they're terrible. That's not this time around with Scorpion.
Yeah, exactly.
It's amazing.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with that. I even think just to jump off like onto the Sub-Zero deck, I think he has a couple attacks that I would never even play, but he has some solid attacks like Icy Slide, and I think he has like an Ice Ball, the one that if it's not blocked, you commit the character or something like that. It's one of the
Ice Ball, Icy Slide, and I like his foil. The stun 2, the 3 for 7 stun 2, and then you can pitch a momentum for seal 3 and get another stun.
That's pretty good.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so I'll pick the. Actually, do you want to do the foundations through difficulty or?
Let's do through difficulty.
Okay,
because that was actually the best way to start.
Okay, sounds good.
So let's talk about what we're adding to the deck first.
Okay.
It actually happens a lot of it is actually on the lower end. The first one, 4X Most Trusted Assassin.
Yeah.
This card is amazing. It's essential. If they block with an attack, that is considered playing an attack card.
Yeah.
So you're getting -1 to that block. So you're adding +1 speed to your attack. There's a lot of ways to interpret it, but losing 1 life, if you have 1 out, just taking a look at your opponent's hand can matter. You're like, you have 3 cards. I know one of them has no block.
Yeah.
Let's play 3 attacks and see what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Next up, Debt to be Paid. Probably, I wanted to put in both Cage Fighter and Debt to Be Paid, but then I also thought, let's just put in one of them because it's very. I took this perspective about trying to teach a new player.
Sure. And
having to explain when you respond with Cage Fighter is kind of weird.
Yeah.
You're like, when do I do this? Do they make the like sometimes it's a read the card response.
Yeah.
Just read it and do what it says. Sometimes it's not intuitive with UFS. And I thought, let's play the version that says, if you've lost vitality this turn, next -1, it can play while committed, has very high block, covers your bases really well. Let's see. Next up was one of the other, additions, Fueling Up. Everybody's playing reduced damage reduction nowadays.
Yeah.
You might as well have an answer to it. You have a built-in, I am going +6 damage once you're in desperation.
Yeah.
You might as well make sure that all your attacks stay at +6 damage.
Yeah, it also snipes a lot of like the higher played like actions like Punch and Judy, or it stops that. It also stops a lot of onboard stuff. So it definitely can hit. It just hits random things sometimes. So
yeah,
which is pretty nice.
Does it say minus in a damage?
Yeah,
minus X damage. It hits it, and that's what makes it great.
Yep.
The next one was one of the other spam additions to the deck, New Empress of Netherrealm. I liked this. I'm a little aggressive in my Scorpion builds. Let's just say that. I would New Empress of Netherrealm and Hellspawn Spectre.
Yeah.
Mainly because I want to get to Desperation immediately.
Oh, I totally agree. I would play this in him too, because it doesn't commit itself. I actually like it more than Hellspawn Spectre. I know Hellspawn Spectre is reusable, but this one's just an E-flip and it stays ready, which I like. And then if you do some cute things like off of Evil with like Merciless Master and stuff like that, then you can stack your draw, which is great. But that's on a different deck. So, but continue. Sure. Sorry.
Oh no, we're just going through everything, getting little pieces in. Next up, obviously, is Strict Mentor. This is compatible to one of the foundations that was in the starter for Vicious.
Yep.
But it was a +3 high block. It also, you still got the same effect. Pay 1 life, reduce damage by 1, reduce speed by 1, but you couldn't do it while committed.
Correct.
So this card goes strictly upgrade because it's playable while committed.
Yeah, exactly. No, I totally agree.
Let's see. Now we're starting to hit what I like to call the starter deck best ofs. Hellspawn Spectre, it's both a damage bonus card and also it can just turn in 2 life into a card, which can help do a lot in this game. Also, Entrusted Protector, same system. 2/4 no block. Doesn't seem like a lot, but you go E-commit -2 damage, E-flip -2 damage. That's going to keep you in the game.
Yeah,
especially when you're trying to get to Desperation quickly. You don't want to overindulge.
Yeah.
And go into your burn effects.
No, that card's really good. I really enjoy. We had a sealed starter deck tournament, and I think that card was the MVP of the day, just because we were playing Scorpion on Scorpion, and whoever hit the most Entrusted Protectors usually won, because then it's like you're only getting +2 on your +6 damage when you're in Desperation.
Let's see here. Now we're hitting the first one of the foils. Last of the Shira Ryu. This unique is really cool on offense because you're like, oh, I have it in play. Awesome. I have a low block foundation that I can block with, and I have the extra one.
Yep.
When it's ready, all your attacks are +1, which early game, having that little extra damage can mean a lot.
Yep.
And if it's committed, you're reducing incoming damage by 1, and that adds a lot to it as well.
Yeah.
Really, just a kind of an ebb flow type of card. It's on one way, it's on the other way. It does a lot.
Yeah, it's really good, especially if like you're facing like a stun deck in a bit, because then your opponent's just like, well, do I really want to stun? Because they're gonna stun that first, and then they have less damage on table, so they have to redo their math. And sometimes that's all you need is just -1 damage to survive.
Yeah. Toasty is. I didn't like this card originally. I thought like, okay, it's a lot, but then Tunky packed me in with it pretty hard. when you take a like they go lead with Doomblade and you're just like, okay, plus X damage to this attack. Hi, Lucy. As always, for standard with anytime I'm on my computer, is one of my cats saying hello.
Oh, yeah.
Toasty is insane with, like, pushing early damage.
Yes.
Like, you go Toasty on your Doomblade, plus 5 damage, and you're like, all right, your next attack gets a bonus equal to its Desperation.
Mm-hmm.
And you play a takedown, and now your takedowns are 2 over 7s, and you're not even at Desperation yet.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Now for what I like to call the stapler. Hunt for Spiders and Dragons. This deck plays a fair amount of 3 difficulty attacks and 4 diffs. So more than half your almost half your attacks are.
Yeah.
So the objective with this card is Foundation Control. It's somebody referred to it. It's an action that's gray.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great way to describe this card. Yeah. But once in a while, you need to play as a Foundation, but it works great with it because you're like, oh, I had to play it early to build. All right, what am I text out damage? Burn you for 2, or in the rare case, gain 2 life.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because you're on the mono death plan.
It's also funny if you hit like from hell onto a 7-hander and you do like 17 damage, and then you just flip for the burn 2 and you just kill them instantly. That's pretty awesome. You know, just the random burn 2 kill. Yeah, that's always great.
Exactly. Now, Undying Rage. This is a interesting card. I always explain this to people. Hi. What's you there? Okay. So, Undying Rage. E-commit. The top card you discard piles a Desperation or Fury attack. Fury card. Or as Desperation or Fury added to your hand.
Yep.
Well, guess what? Every one of your attacks has that, which is awesome. Now, the second backup is this. What makes this card great is when I try to explain to people momentum, this deck is designed to you just put every card, unless you really fear something.
Yeah.
Every single one of your attacks should go to your momentum.
Yep.
Because one, you could go into late game and you can make your From Hell's infinite speed and they just hit and you just kill your opponent.
Yep.
Or you're discarding momentum to Undying Rage, and you're just gaining 2 off of every attack.
Yeah.
It's great.
I also see that, you know, thankfully, I know like this you only play 1 4-check in the deck, which is pretty cool because it's Entrusted Protector, which is pretty great. So like, it's a bunch of, like, the starter decks are awesome because they have just like a bunch of 6s and 5s, and it's just nuts how they just mapped out the controls and all that, you know, and it's crazy.
And you look at the spread, I kind of went with I did the basis of my standard deck builds. You want at least 12 lows and 12 highs, and like a roughly about 18 to 20 mids is my baseline.
Sure.
And this deck hit about all those numbers. You're really not planning to block a lot. You're planning to live.
Yes.
And then just kill them on a backswing.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go back. Let's go down to the stats here. Yeah, we got, we're looking at 17, 17, and 14 for your block zones, which is awesome. Your non-blocks are only 10, I believe. Yeah.
11.
11. Okay, 11. I miscounted one. But yeah, but 11, that's awesome. That's actually really good. So when you're building a standard deck, because Turbo doesn't really count in this format, but how many... Do you have a goal for non-blocks? Say, like, for like a new player building a deck, like, what's your target non-block maximum that you'll be like, well, I can hit that number and be okay? Or does it change? Say, like, for a standard aggro deck, because this is like a standard aggro deck, so, you know.
I just, sometimes it's, you lay everything on the table and then you just start bringing it back. Like, I'm a build wide, bring it down style deck builder.
Okay.
So I'm going to throw everything into Ultra that I want in the deck. And then I start cleaning it up.
Okay.
And then you'll get it down to like maybe 75 cards. And now you're like, all right, what box do I need?
Yeah.
What cards do I need more of? Do I need less of? Can I get this down to like a 60 to 65? With new players, I like keeping decks at 60 even.
Yeah.
You explain to them over time, like, well, you can play more cards. It's not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
That's important.
Okay, so now I know this was like on a budget. So say like you were gonna take, so like this is basically for like a locals type new player that's just getting into the game. But say this local player wants to take this to a PTC. Are there a couple cards you have in mind that you'd probably just throw in here to help them out?
Well, let's see. On a death build, if we were trying to upgrade off of death, I really would say, I mean, I'll always say if you can get a hold of some repair to fights go a long way.
Yes, they do. Yes.
That's my big one right now.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's in my pile of cards from decks right now that I would really like? Oh, you could throw this in here.
Like I could see like a sideboard card. I don't know if you would actually play Demanding Submission in it. You might. Maybe a side.
Demanding Submission is pretty good. It puts people in their place.
Yes,
like,
it does.
There's decks that can't go up on that. You're like, oh, you're playing Jet Ultra Stun Plan. Okay, I'm gonna play Demanding Submissions. Oh, that's stun 4. I'm like, burn you for 4.
Yeah. That card's amazing. And then what's the Sagat card? Securing His Destiny.
Securing His Destiny is really good.
That's a very good card too.
Flip for anti-stun. Be Ready's 2. Yeah. It's really solid.
Oh, that's Champion of Muay Thai. The Securing His Destiny is the 2/4. Yeah, is the one that stops non-keyword abilities.
Yeah, Securing His Destiny. Yeah, that one. That one's pretty solid. That's a cheap card. That's a $1.50 rare. Yeah, it's not. It's easy to play. It answers a lot of random cards, which makes it really good. I actually like. I've been adding Champion of Muay Thai. Not you brought that up. I've actually been adding that to a few stun decks that maybe I don't want. Like I'll add that in on top of a Celestial Beam for anti-stun because why not? You could, because you flip for Celestial Beam to stop one stun, you commit, and then Champion of Muay Thai flips, and then you ready other things. So you could play both of them because, but if you want more 4-checks, but I see I don't think Emperor Muay Thai. Like Champion. Champion's
it's Emperor. Yeah, sorry. Champion of Muay Thai is a Joe card. You can't play that, kids. That's rotated. Don't play that card.
Other cards I could think of if you really want to up your game.
Sure.
Mass Assassin
is
really good. He's 1 for +1 again.
Yeah.
My Beautiful Faces Ruined is really cute. If you want to add some more 4-checks, but you want some defensive blocking, and it has one of the best desperation ease you can think of. You're just like, oh, all my attacks are +1 for every one of these. All your attacks are -1 for every one of these. Good luck.
Yeah, that's a neat card that. Yeah, I would say that I would probably add that if you're going to like a PTC or even like a Premier Store event. You could probably add that in, and you'd still, you'd still do really well. Let's see what else. Because I don't think he really needs. What's cool about Scorpion is since he gives himself speed, he really doesn't ever need like stun attacks, which is kind of neat because there's no stun desperation attacks. I think. Maybe? No, there isn't.
I don't think so.
The one thing that makes...
cool cards you can add to this deck.
Go ahead.
Bang.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Let's not forget Bang. If you want to spend a few dollars, it's like a $4 box topper, but a lot of people have them.
Yep.
You can happily get a hold of some, and they will definitely help you go a long way. Deliverance.
Oh, yes.
Is really good.
That's even a cheap card, too.
Shot action.
Yep. A Showdown's another card, too. Like, it's Showdown's a very good card. It doesn't see a lot of play, I think, because of the block on it, because it's a +3 high, I think, and it can cancel an action, which is really sweet. So if someone tries to revoke you or whatever, you just play that and do some stuff and cancel that revoke. You could save your 6 damage.
Exactly. I'm just doing a quick look here and think of some other little things we can throw in. That have value. Let's see.
The one thing I really like adding in on in the evil build is Syndicate Slice is just ridiculous in him for the evil build. Yeah.
I actually have that in the evil build that I put together.
Yep.
I had Syndicate Slices in this. Evil build got really kind of cute because it's got. Actually, I think I cut the Syndicate Slices on the evil build because I didn't like the numbering, but the evil and fire builds again on the cheap. Sun Goku Satsu.
Oh yeah, that card. Yeah, there it is.
It's really awesome. Yeah. Never Stumbles is really good with him on those symbols. And also you get Damnation, which is really cute to have available to you.
Which is fantastic, yes.
Like, those are the big ones. Also, on the Evo build, you get another, what I call like an easy momentum dumper, a big job.
Oh, yes. Yeah. It gives, if your attack's double.
Let me tell you, you want stun, there you go. You're like, oh, I'm having problem dealing with guys who just build up a giant board. I'm like, well, you play with your attacks, a bunch of them connect. Now you're like, go to kill them. You're like, all right, first attack. All right, big job. Make it double damage because of Scorpion ability. You're like, all right, I doubled up. Discover momentum. Stun 2. Stun 2.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And then, you get the +2 to your next check to play an attack if you need to string out a longer string.
Yeah, you play 3 attacks, 4 attacks on Desperation. You're like, well, I'm going to play this from hell. Let's give it +4 to its check. Play it. Good game.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw Devora die last night to a from hell. It one-shotted her. Yeah, it was pretty sweet. It was awesome. We all laughed. I thought it was pretty funny. Because, you get 12 damage, and then he had a 5. I think he had a 5? Yeah, 5 or a 6 6 control check down on his stage, so he just destroyed it and killed him. Yeah, it was pretty hilarious.
That happens.
Have you had a chance to play Scorpion yourself at all?
I played him a little. I played him in our, we had the starter deck challenge. I played him.
Yeah.
And I played him like Odiori.
Oh,
you just keep cutting, and eventually you win.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I got Desperation, you're dead. That happens a lot.
Yeah. He just can randomly, just dirt people. Like, we did a starter deck challenge, too, and there was, the Scorpions would be like, well, I don't want to attack you because you'll cut down to Desperation on the backswing, and we don't want to die. So it was a lot of just, well, I'll play this Foundation and pass until someone, blinked, and then it was just screw it, and it's just, launching attacks at people. It was nuts.
Yeah, I haven't played him competitively yet.
Okay.
I have an idea for a really good Evo build with him.
Okay.
Teddy Bomber is right up my alley for him right now. You just you get either on offense or on defense. You're just keeping them off your off the board is how you're going to win the game.
Now you took him in the Rochester draft, right? Did you get him?
Did I take him?
I think you took Scorpion, right?
I think he was my first pick. I think he was, because you want to know why? He was the best starter character, and I expect he will get good performance out of it.
Yeah.
I expect the UK Nats. I expect to see him being played.
Me too.
I expect to see him in Houston next weekend.
Yeah.
I expect him in Tampa.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think so. I think he's also the easiest character. I think Spike's pretty easy, but it's not cut 2, cut 1. It's pretty easy to lose life than it is to plan out your attack turn and flip and get speed and all that stuff. So I actually expect a lot of newer players just to pick up Scorpion and just take him to events just because he's good.
Oh, I expect going into nationals, you're gonna if you're for rounds 1 to 3. I expect to see a Scorpion Scorpions all over the place.
Yeah, I do too.
People fighting for it.
Yeah,
it's gonna be awesome though. I mean, I already know what I'm playing for freaking Nats.
Sure.
I already built my deck. It's ready to go.
I have 0 cards in my Nats deck right now. I have no idea what I'm playing yet. I just can't decide on anything yet. But we have a Trip Pants. Tyler's playing a Scorpion deck, but he plays Coffee Samba in his deck. So yeah, it's kind of cute.
Like how Keenan's played Coffee Samba, because that man loves his coffee.
Yeah, you get that Coffee Samba on a 2, and then if it's in your momentum and you pitch it and you use Undying Rage to pick it up, yeah, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, makes me sad when I get killed like that, but unfortunately I didn't get to play him last night. So, but yeah, let me see. I don't know how much time we've been at. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna take a look at where is it? It was you have a fire one that has
the fire one is I literally took out 8 cards from one deck and put 8 cards in.
Okay.
The fire deck is designed. This is you're just chopping at yourself as quickly as possible. The reason I like minion grab. But I don't like it in the death build. Yeah. I don't think, because you're on a different plan. This one is you're just shoving all your damage on minion grabs when you get them, and
Yeah.
you just kill your opponent.
Yeah.
I like Sengoku Satsu. It's a way to chip people down.
Mhm.
Never Stumbles is awesome. I like also playing Blood for Blood in that build.
Yep.
Just because, well, you won. You have the, like, oh, you stunned me? All right, lose a foundation.
Yeah.
I love that play.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like, Blood for Blood is really good when you're just trying to chop down at people.
Mm-hmm. I walked into that card, I think, 2 weeks ago. I didn't even realize the R did that. I was like, okay, cool. He's like, destroy something? I'm like, okay. And it was like, sure. It was just some random stun one or something, and he stunned it and then destroyed it. I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. I do, like, one thing I wanted to say about debt to be paid, it's not the same timing as the Vega card, but it seems like it's almost better because it has a better block, and it's playable all committed, and it hits all cards instead of just non-foundations. But they both have their own place, though.
If say it's your opponent's turn, they're playing cards out, they're doing their thing. Yeah. If you activate like, oh, I'll lose 2 life, all right, I'm gonna activate 3 debt to be paid.
Yeah.
If they fail that check, the turn ends.
Yes.
It's not, oh, you failed it, okay, discard it, go back to the start again.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's you failed it, you're done.
Yeah, that's one thing. That's one thing.
Hacking so surprising in this game.
You know, like it seems like they took the hacking to a next level in this set, just because we have Most Trusted Assassin is also that. Like if they fail it, it ends their combat phase. So it seems like they kind of are. I don't know. I didn't play back in the old days. Did Evil just straight up end combat phases all the time like that?
Hacks did that all the time back in the day. Okay. There was a 3/4 no block foundation of Akumas from set 3 Street Fighters. It just was response -1 to your opponent's check. That was it. And there was decks that I built decks where just like, I'm going to play 4 of these if I start. Like I turned one somebody, I went, play 3 Dark Cadeaux. He looked at me from across the board and he's like,
he's never passed a card.
Played his first foundation, checked the 3. I'm like, hard fail.
Wow.
He's like, he just shrugged. He's like, he scooped. He's like, well, he resolved 3 Dark Cadeaux on turn 1. I can't win.
Yeah, exactly.
They had another card in one of the later Soul Calibur sets that was the same idea, but it was like response commit. It's commit 3 foundations.
Okay.
-2 to check, but it was a hard lot. It was just a hard card. It was like Forethought. It was a great card. And then they kind of backed off. Like when we came into Jasco era with Chat Cats, we were playing Vincent Gray. Vincent Gray is, it fails, but you're still going.
Yeah.
They got, it's the ebb and flow of, you can add it, but you have to make it worth it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool, man. I think that may do it for us. It's at 30 minutes, so we're pretty good. So what I'll do is we'll put this up probably tomorrow because I don't have a video for tomorrow, so we'll do that. So
all right,
you'll get your own day. That's pretty sweet. Again, appreciate it. Follow Jesse at Top Deck Heroes on the show on Wednesday. Boo for him to not win on the Rochester draft because I need to get points for the Rochester draft. So
we've been off for a couple of weeks. Yeah. Kevin Broberg. His beautiful face was ruined during the summer summit. He decided not to make an appearance. We'll hopefully he'll be better spirits this week.
Yeah,
coming week, and we'll definitely have a show for going into Labor Day weekend.
He's going to UK, right? He's going to UK.
He's going to the UK. So in not 2 weeks from today, I believe. 2 weeks from yesterday, he leaves with UK.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. I wish I was going.
Yeah,
I'm not. Yeah. I wish I was going to Virginia.
Yeah.
But I'm not.
Yeah, you want to
definitely see everybody at Nationals.
Cool, man. Appreciate it. You got any other shout outs you want to give before we get off?
Shout outs as always. If you're looking for singles, always check out RochesterCCG.com. Your number one place for UFS singles.
I will link them in the video description. So, and I usually do that anyway. So we'll be all good there.
Perfect.
So cool. Again, Jesse, we want to thank you and everyone. You guys all have a good night, and we'll talk to you later. Night, everyone.